So here we are at Terminal 1 in Port Canaveral. We're getting ready to go inside and check in on Utopia of the Seas.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good morning. Two. So we just went through security. Security took less than 2 minutes to get through. You need your set sail pass to show them before you go through security. Now we're going to go up the escalators and we're going to check in, and then we'll be getting on to Utopia of the Seas.
Welcome, Utopia.
Thank you. So this is Terminal 1 in Port Canaveral. This is the same terminal, if you've been on Allure of the Seas, that Allure leaves from. Allure's now been moved down to Miami, and Utopia of the Seas is taking over this berth here in Port Canaveral. So here is the check-in area.
Checking in. I'm going to have you go over here. Checking in with your sled.
See your boarding pass, please.
Okay.
Wonderful people. Michael and Kathleen.
Yes.
Are you both still feeling well?
Oh, yes.
Great. Okay. And I do need to take a photo. Michael, with your hat off, please. Perfect. And Miss Kathleen. Perfect. Thank you. That's kind of fuzzy. Let me take another one.
Okay.
There we go. Just trying to focus on community.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Okay. Follow the gray brick road.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have fun.
So we just checked in. Check-in took maybe a minute and a half. It was very quick. You need your set sail pass and your passport or your other form of ID, your birth certificate and driver's license. We recommend passports because they're quick, they're easy, they last 10 years, and you always have them, and they're good for world travel.
And don't forget to sign them. The woman who checked us in said a lot of people do not sign their passports. They get them and put them in a drawer, and then they take them with them.
Right, so make sure you sign your passport when you get it. We cannot express enough about how quick the check-in is with Royal Caribbean. They definitely know what they're doing. It's quick, it's easy, and we're actually about to board the ship. So come join us getting on Utopia of the Seas.
Michael?
Yes.
Okay. Tom. And Kathleen?
Yes,
Have a nice time, you guys.
thank you. So if you want to get your photo taken in front of Utopia as a souvenir, you can. And depending on what status you are on Royal Caribbean, you can get one free picture, and that's at the diamond level. So diamond level and above, diamond, diamond plus, and pinnacle. We are Diamond Plus, so we do take pictures. We do through the photography shop on the ship, but most of the time I don't like the pictures. So photos are not mandatory, but a recommendation for new cruisers would be have the pictures done. You may really like them, and it may be worth purchasing one or two photographs, but it is not mandatory. You don't have to have your photo taken. you can just decline when they ask you if you want to have your photo taken.
Reagan was president. That's when all that started, because they started saying that they need to
Okay.
do something about.
So we are getting on the gangway. There's definitely a lot of excitement. Okay, we're just about to step over onto the deck. This is exciting. This is actually our second sailing on one of Royal Caribbean's brand new ships. We went on Icon in January on the inaugural sailing. So here we are on Utopia. Thank you. Hello. Okay, when you get on, you're going to board on deck 5. So this is the Royal Promenade. This is where a lot of events go on during the day and sometimes at night. It's beautiful. Very colorful. The lights on the top change. So it goes through different colors. These are where the shops are. There is Sorrento's Pizza, Bell and Barley. There's a Starbucks, but if you have a drink package, you cannot use the drink package at Starbucks. That's a separate charge. We're not 100% sure if you can use a Starbucks gift card or if you get points. We're not sure, so we'll try and find out the answer for you. So we got our first gift. Michael's going to help me open it and we'll see what it is. So it's a little necklace and it has Utopia of the Seas on it. Very nice. They gave us that when we walked onto the ship. So we're going to put our necklaces on and we're going to venture around. We have to make dinner reservations. We have to go to our muster station. So come join us for the fun. So now the Cafe Promenade is where you can get lattes in the morning. They would be included. They're included with a beverage package. So if you have any of the beverage packages from a refreshment package or above, you can come here to Cafe Promenade to get your lattes and cappuccinos.
Now, why is guest services already?
Because people want to change rooms. They have issues with maybe their credit card hasn't gone through. So they want to try and get it done as soon as possible instead of having to take time out of their vacation later. See, we're wrong. This is forward. Okay, even though we're seasoned cruisers, we made a rookie mistake and we went forward instead of going aft. I wanted to go the other way, but Michael said no. Aft was this way, and lo and behold, I was right. But that's okay, you know what? It's a brand new ship. It helps you get acclimated of where you need to go. You know, if you're a new cruiser, it can be hard to navigate a ship. One of the nice things, and we'll show you later, one of the nice things that Royal Caribbean did, they gave us a little packet with a map of the ship and information on things that are happening on the ship. And it's a little compact card that you can put in your pocket, put in your purse. So that was a nice touch. We didn't get that when we went on Icon. That would have helped because honestly, we didn't even see everything on Icon. So the elevators are smart elevators. You push the floor that you want to go to outside, and then it will tell you what elevator to get on and take you directly to your location.
This is a real big pet peeve of mine about people trying to get into the elevators when people are trying to get out. So just be conscious of it and let the people out of the elevators, and then you can get in and enjoy your ride.
Hello. Hi. D1, how do we get there?
D1.
It says the theater.
Downstairs in front of Studio B.
Yeah.
So if you go down,
Oh,
you
it's
go
downstairs? Oh, okay. Because they told us deck 6. So now we're walking through Park West, which is the art gallery. We have never done any of the art gallery gatherings. We don't recommend it. You know, we think everything is probably very overpriced. Yeah, but that's all right.
Right there. But you need to guess. But for that, I can give you some hints. It's made of loose size, very light material. I told you. What I can take.
So the casino is on deck 4. There is a separate non-smoking area, which is out by Studio B, and that is completely smoke-free. The casino here will have a smoking section and a non-smoking section. And it's usually separated by the bar. The bar would be in the middle, and then one side will be smoking and one side will be non-smoking. So keep that in mind if you don't want to be around smoke when you're playing in the casino. We will do a full tour of the casino, and we'll show you all the games, and we'll let you know how we did. This is the boardwalk, which is a design on any of the Oasis class ships. The Utopia of the Seas is the last Oasis class ship that they are going to build. Moving forward, the new ships will be Icon class. There are a lot of similarities between the Oasis class ships and Icon. Icon is just on a larger scale. But this is really nice for the kids. This is where you're going to have your aqua theater. So the aqua shows, this is where you will come. Recommendations we recommend making reservations if you want to come on a specific night, but you can always show up about 15 minutes before the show. And if someone that has a reservation does not show up, they give those seats away.
In case of emergency, T1 is your master station.
Okay,
Alright?
perfect. Thank you. So that was our room on Allure. So the rooms here are called boardwalk balcony rooms. Technically it's an inside stateroom, but it has a balcony that faces inward. And if you get a room that's on the end closest to the Aqua Theater, you can see some of the show. But on Utopia, they put the giant slide right in front of the Aqua Theater. The only ship that does not have this slide, so it will not block your view if you want to watch the show from your balcony, is Allure of the Seas. So if you really want to sit on your balcony, watch the Aqua show, go on Allure of the Seas, because that does not have a visual obstruction. Every other Oasis class has the visual obstruction.
And if you want to see it, check it out on one of our videos after you're done watching this one.
Yes, we have it uploaded, and you can see we were on the very end, so you'll see what the view looks like from one of the balcony staterooms. So if that helps you make a decision, watch the video. We had lunch at El Loco Fresh on Embarkation Day. We tend to try and avoid the crowds in the Windjammer. So El Loco Fresh is usually on one of the pool decks, and they have tacos and burritos, chili, nachos. So nice quick bites that you can get, and it's usually not as crowded as the Windjammer. But had we known the Windjammer had a great spread on Embarkation Day, we probably would have went there. We heard that they had lobster, seafood, filet mignon. So you live and learn. El Loco Fresh. $6.84. So your keys come here, and you open up the sealed envelope, and it will have your sea passes on the card. This is your room key.
Okay.
Here we are in our balcony stateroom.
Yes, welcome. It's first look. It's a nice size room.
This is a balcony stateroom, and we're going to give you a quick room tour. First thing when you walk in, there's a couple things that you will see on the back of your door. So this is going to tell you where your muster station is, what deck to go to, and it also gives you instructions for your life vest. It'll also tell you about the emergency alarm, which is 7 short blasts with 1 long blast afterwards. If you hear that, you know you have to go to your muster station. There are life jackets in your room, but you don't have to take them if you're out and about on the ship. Just go directly to your muster station. One thing with the new rooms, On a lot of the cruise ships, you have a master switch. So when you come in, you are going to have to put a card into the slot, and that's what's going to allow you to work all of the lights in the room. If you don't do that, then you cannot work the lights. This is an adjoining cabin. We are not cruising with anyone else, but if you're a family and you're going to cruise together, then it's a great option to have this door. And so when you walk into the room, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a desk and a dresser. It has a mirror, so this is good for getting yourself ready in the evening if you want to do your makeup. Underneath here are your plugs and your ports. So you have American outlets, European outlets. There are 2 USB chargers and then 2 other American outlets here. So you have 2 European and 3 American. There's a light which will light up the vanity, chair that moves out, and then you have a dresser. The dresser in the first drawer here is going to have your hair dryer. So you don't need to bring a hair dryer with you. You have one available in the room. Underneath here is your cooler. So it's not stocked, but if you have drinks that you want to put in there and keep them cool, you can. We get water provided based on our status on Royal Caribbean. We're Diamond Plus. So that's one of the amenities that we get with each of our sailings. Each of these drawers, I'm not going to show you every one because they're all the same. So you have 4 drawers that you can unpack your clothes in. They are soft closing. You have a couch here. This, I believe, turns into a sofa bed. So if you're a family and you have children and you want to get a balcony cabin, you'll have the king bed closer to the balcony, and then you'll have your sofa bed here. Now, the configuration could be different in other balcony rooms. Sometimes the bed will be over here and the wardrobe will be closer to the balcony doors. It just depends on the layout in whichever cabin you're in. Here's the closet. So there are plenty of hangers. You have 2 racks that you can hang your clothes on. Down the bottom you can put your shoes, and then on the other side of the sofa you have another closet, and this closet is set up a little bit different. So it does have a hanging rack, so this would be good if you have longer items that you don't want to get wrinkled because of the 2 rows of hangers here on the other one. This would be good to hang your longer items. And then you have shelves here, you have your safe. We always suggest that as soon as you get into your room, you figure out your combination for your safe, you put all your valuables in there, then you don't have to worry the rest of the cruise. Down the bottom here you have 2 more drawers, so there's plenty of storage space in this cabin for even more than 2 people. You don't have to worry about having things out and about if you're a neat freak and want to keep your room clean. So you have a king-size bed, and there are very small, narrow nightstands. And there's a on-off switch. There is an American outlet, and there's 1 USB outlet on the nightstand. This one is closer to the door. I will go around. I will see if there is also an outlet on this nightstand. And yes, there's a USB port on this nightstand and an outlet so you can charge your devices. So there's plenty of options on this ship to charge your devices, especially if you want to have your phone close to you. Telephone. We'll go out to the balcony later, but we're going to show you the bathroom.
Oh, wow. Now, this is pretty unusual. It doesn't have a handle to lock the door. You just pull it.
And here's the lock here to lock it if somebody's in the bathroom and wants, privacy. But usually there's a handle, if I'm not correct. Am I correct or not?
Yes, there's
Okay.
usually a handle.
All right. Here's a temperature gauge for the room. Hot. It's pretty tight. The bathroom is. You have a smaller sink, a mirror, the toilet, but this is nice.
The shower is a good size.
And you have a rain on top and a handheld. Let me see if I can get this open and all. Yeah, so you have a rain shower up top there, and then you've got a handheld there.
And you have a bar, so if you want to put your foot up for women when they're shaving their legs. So you turn the handle to unlock the door, and we're going to step out onto our balcony.
And there is a safety lock there for children.
So the balcony is not very wide. I know a lot of people have that view. So there's 2 lounge chairs and there's a table. And this table's a little bit bigger than some of the other Royal Caribbean ships that we've been on in a balcony stateroom, which is nice because a lot of times you may want to have breakfast on your balcony, or you may want to even go and grab lunch and bring it back to the room and sit on the balcony and eat. So the table is a little bit bigger. It's not a full-size dining table, but I think you can manage with this size table. Thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Leave comments below.
This is the Sailway that we recorded, but there's no music here because we didn't want to get a copyright strike from YouTube. So please enjoy it. And we're going to talk about a little bit of the ship. Kat, there were a lot of people on that ship.
Yes, Utopia seemed more crowded than some of the other Oasis class ships, and it actually felt more crowded than the Icon class ship. Now, we went on Icon for the inaugural sailing, and I know that they were not running full capacity, but it really felt like Utopia was at full capacity. At full capacity, Utopia can hold 5,668 passengers, double occupancy, but a lot of rooms will hold 3 and 4 passengers, so you need to add more passengers to that number. So roughly a little over 6,000 could be on the ship at any time. And I don't know if it was the feel of the ship or the vibe, but it definitely felt more crowded than a lot of the other ships that we've been on. And we've been on the mega ships, we've been on smaller ships, and this was unusual for us. We do expect crowds on the first day because most people are on deck. They want to see Sailway. They want to find where stores are located, restaurants, all of that, so that they have their bearings for the rest of their trip. But this just had an overwhelming feeling of being crowded. Not that that's a bad thing. We have no problem with that. We just want to make sure that we give you the information. So if you're not looking for a cruise that runs at full capacity and might be a little bit more crowded, you may want to look at one of the other ships or one of the smaller ships. But it also gives you an idea, if the ship is that crowded, what you're going to have to do when you plan to do activities on the ship, especially the beach chairs or the lounge chairs by the pool. You're definitely going to have to wake up early, and you're going to have to get your lounge chairs. And don't go and put your towel on the lounge chair and then disappear for 4 or 5 hours. If you're going to scope out your lounge chairs, be there and occupy them. They will take those towels away after a half an hour, but a lot of times the crew does not adhere to that. But they are instructed that if a chair is empty for greater than a half an hour, they're supposed to remove the towel so that someone looking for a chair can have the seat.
The one thing about this cruise was dining. The specialty dining was very light. We we're going to be going to the
Mason Jar the first night, so you'll see later in this video our dinner at Mason Jar, and then on our second night we had dinner at, where did we have dinner? I can't remember now.
I can take that out. The not Giovi's, the one in Central Park.
Oh, 150 Central Park. See, it's been 3 weeks since we're back home and I can't remember.
But the one thing was, even the main dining room was not very crowded. It was almost like everybody was going up to the Windjammer and having dinner.
Yes, and that may just be this particular sailing. It may be that there were a lot of families with younger kids and it's easier to just take the children to the buffet, get them fed, have your dinner, and then you can do your activities in the evening. But when we were in Mason Jar the first night, you'll probably see a little bit on the video, there really were not a lot of people in the restaurant. I think we were one of 5 tables. And by the time we were finished dinner, we were the only table left in the restaurant. So if you like specialty dining, this may be a particular ship where specialty dining is not utilized as much. The one restaurant that was sold out, and this would be a word of advice if you are going on Utopia, is the Royal Railways Dinner Theater. We went to the Royal Railways as soon as we got on the ship after we did our muster, and it was already booked solid. So if you plan on doing that, you have to get on that ship early and go there first, even before you start your muster, because it's only 48 passengers per night. Here we are in the Mason Jar on the first night, having dinner. So the restaurant is not very crowded, but on this left-hand side when you walk into the restaurant, that's actually a bar, and there is a stage. They have entertainment every night except the first night when you're on a 4-night sailing. It's country western music, so if you like country western music, it'll be a great place to go. They have line dancing, and all of the servers must audition to be able to work in this restaurant. So they do put on entertainment during your meals. We did not see it because there was no one performing that night.
But the wait staff was unbelievable. He was really, really great.
Our waiter, yes. And this was actually the first ship that he has been on. He just started with Royal Caribbean, so he absolutely must be phenomenal to be able to get into a specialty restaurant on your first ship. That's very difficult to do. If anyone has cruised, you understand that usually the servers start in the main dining room and then work their way up to being able to work in a specialty restaurant. But he was absolutely unbelievable. He gave us recommendations on what appetizers to order, what entrees to order, and the food was so good. We'll talk about that a little bit at the end of our meal, but we cannot speak highly enough about Mason Jar.
Yeah, I got the ribs that night with the chips, as they would say, and you got the pot pot.
I got the chicken pot pie, and it was the best chicken pot pie I think I have ever had, other than probably my mom's homemade chicken pot pie. It was delicious. The crust is perfect. I'm about to dig in. I think I want to try the bread pudding.
I'm thinking about the pecan pie.
Okay.
And that's our dessert. That was a pecan pie with chocolate sauce over it. It was delicious.
So we just finished dinner at the Mason Jar on Utopia of the Seas. Absolutely fabulous. We highly recommend the Mason Jar. If you're on any of the Royal Caribbean ships that have this restaurant available, make reservations and go. The service, the food, everything is impeccable.
Yeah, the food it just kept getting better and better with every dish. And you'll see here the different things that we got, from just even the bread all the way up to the dessert was just wonderful.
It's a Southern style meal, so they have a lot of appetizers. They have gumbo, chicken pot pie, St. Louis ribs, fried chicken, but it's fabulous. So that's the end of day one, Embarkation Day. Stay tuned for Coco K up next. Please like and subscribe to this video. Give it a thumbs up, share it, so we can continue to bring you more content. And please leave any comments below.
Cat and Mike, the ship set sail on a journey that'll never fail. With the wind in their hair and the sun shining bright, they're dancing on the waves, it feels just right. Sailing together.